Ondo Assembly directs Chief Judge to investigate Deputy Governor over allegations. ODEC to conduct selection into new LCDAs in February 2024. Ondo and Edo lead as NCDC reports over 1,000 Lassa fever cases. And from the foreign scene, EU foreign ministers reaffirm support for Ukraine. Thank you very much for joining us tonight on the news at 7 on Osrc television. I am Oyewumi Ayinigbara. Ondo State House of Assembly has elected the Chief Judge of Ondo State, Justice Olusegun Deshola, to set up a 7-man panel to investigate the Deputy Governor, Mr. Lucky Aiyedatiwa, on allegations leveled against him. The move is sequel to the refusal of the Deputy Governor to respond to the notice of allegations served him more than 7 days ago. House of Assembly correspondent Omoshigo Ladesuyaji reports this move in line with the 1999 Constitution as amended. We'll bring you the reports as we read the news tonight. The Ondo State Independent Electorate Commission has announced plans to hold its local council election by February 17, saying elections will also into the integrated LCDA. Chairman of the Commission, Joseph Arimo, made this known during a meeting with stakeholders and representatives of political parties in the state. Joy Pius reports that the meeting was held at the headquarters in our local area of Ondo State.
Representatives of various political parties in Ondo State converged for a stakeholders meeting at the Ondo in the meeting led towards preparation for upcoming election scheduled to hold next year. Addressing the chairman of the Independent Electoral Commission, Dr. Joseph Arimo, stated that the aim of the commission is to conduct credible elections towards ensuring democracy at the grassroots. The chairman added that elections into the offices of and vice chairman in the 18 local government council areas of the state will be held on the 17th of February 2024 and applicable to the 33 newly created local council development areas in compliance with the law establishing its creation.
On the 8th day of September 2023, a new law came into being, and that is the law to provide for creation of new local government area in Ondo State, 2023. This law provides for 33 LCDA development areas. The law provides that the provision of the local government administration conduct of local government election and Elemental Law 2006 shall be the operative law in the newly created local government area. The Commission hereby, in compliance with the law, hereby notice of election to the chairman and vice chairman for the 33 local council development area. And the notice is hereby given to all the relevant election stakeholders.
A copy timetable viewed October 3 to the 10th. Elections by participating political parties will begin the campaign to begin November 17, 2023 and end by February 15, 2024. The stakeholders and representatives of the political parties commended ODEC for the move.
We have taken the notice and we're going to go back to the drawing board and get our candidates nominated for the elections, and we're going to participate.
I have a lot to take home for my people. It was indeed a wonderful time with the chairman of ODEC. He explicitly explained everything to us, and The entire schedule were well understood. And I can assure you of peaceful, credible, and level ground play election.
As preparation for the election continues, expectations are high that the process will be seamless. Joy Pius, South News.
The organized labor has shared its sword, obtaining its in the park to after certain some concrete agreement to some of its demands. The labor organs Meanwhile, a transfer boost to alleviate the petrol subsidy pains has been in the in the Congress strike plan. The decision of also include provision of 55,000 CNG conversion kits to start an auto gas nationwide. The federal government has also suspended collection of value on these for 6 months beginning from October 2023. The last leg of the 15-point agreement noted federal government's commitment to the provision of funds as announced by the President August 1. In communities across the southwest state. You're still watching Osrc News at 7. After the break, we'll bring you more stories. Please stay with us.
Hey, Iskilu, báwo la ti fẹ́ sanwó ni?
Farabalẹ̀.
1,000. We go wash plate tire o.
Farabalẹ̀ now. Madam, èló lówó wa?
Brother, na 3,005.
Màá fún yín ní owó pé káàdì ẹgbẹ̀rún 10,000.
Oh yeah.
Bring your phone.
Ha! 10,000.
1,000 naira credit. Now you dey turn to 10,000.
No. All of us don't know about Glow Berekete. Ní ìlọ́po mẹ́wàá nísìnyí.
Ṣùgbọ́n ìlọ́po mẹ́wàá ló máa gbà lórí iyekíye tó o bá rà sórí ohun ìpè Glow Berekete 10 times rẹ.
I told you. Na what go tell?
Thank you very much for joining us on the news at 7. Now you can watch us live on our website www.osrc.ng or follow us on Facebook at OSRC TV and on YouTube. You can subscribe to our channel Ondo University CSU has released to former Vice President Atiku Abubakar the academic records of President Bola Tinubu. CSU documents Atiku in compliance with the order of the District Court in Northern District of Illinois. In ordering CSU to release this act, as addressing the health challenges confronting residents of Aladodo community in Akure South local government area of Ondo State. A modern basic health center has been inaugurated for the benefit of the people of the area. The project, which was felicitated by Olu of Aladodo, was assisted by Ondo State Community and Social Development Agency. Joy Pius reports that residents' challenges at accessing our health care is now being addressed in the community.
Aladodo Araromi Community Isikon is an agrarian community in Akure South local government area of Ondo State. Basic amenities had been a major challenge for the people of the area. But for the intervention of Ondo State Community and Social Development Agency, in collaboration with the community head, residents heave a sign of relief as one of their major challenge, which is assessing healthcare delivery, is being addressed. Welcoming guests to the commissioning of the Basic Healthcare Center in Boho, the Olu of Aladodo Isikon, Oba Ayodeji Fatoki, noted that the health of the people is of paramount importance, hence the need to provide them adequate and healthcare facility.
Primary healthcare is the cornerstone aim at creating the conditions that improve the general health of the people, meet the particular needs of patient, family, and community. Of this occasion, and for the people of the community is environment. I have no doubt to the community in
the manager Ondo State Community and Social Development Agency, by the operations manager, Mr. Lumide Igbarola, noted that the agency has existed for about 14 years and has touched over 500 communities in terms of development, adding that others will equally be considered.
Next year today is city to initiate a project, to implement it, and ultimately take ownership project. The fact that the community development
Mullah appreciated the gesture of the agency, calling for the collaboration of residents for the progress of the community.
That is wet. This is a rural area in a way, and before you can get from here at night to come to Akure, to the state hospital, might take a little while. People of Aladodo are extremely very happy for what God has done for them and for all of us. And people will use this facility, they will go there, they will get themselves treated, and that is a great thing now.
The Ondo State Governor, Oluwarotimi Akeredolu, represented by the Special Advisor on Health, while assuring of government's continued support to the communities, re-emphasized that the present administration is interested in the health of the people. This reduction of health in state
is so interested in the development of every part of Ondo State. And we have seen this manifest in having wípé kábíyèsí ìrálòpọ̀ of the extension of that good job with kábíyèsí putting great lieutenants in the different communities under his care. I want to commission and open this basic healthcare center for the Aladodo community, for the glory of God and the benefit of humankind, and for the good health of all the people of this community. In the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit.
Residents expressed appreciation that their challenges at accessing healthcare delivery in the community has been addressed. Basic healthcare delivery is the bedrock of any functional healthcare delivery system in the country, and this gesture will help enhance efficiency in the system at the grassroots. Joy Pius, OSRC News.
And now we bring you the full details of the report on the ODHA panel. I told you earlier that the Ondo State House of Assembly has elected the Chief Judge of Ondo State, Justice Olusegun Odushola, to set up a 7-man panel to investigate the Deputy Governor, Mr. Lucky Aiyedatiwa, on allegations leveled against him. The move is sequel to the refusal of the Deputy Governor to respond to the notice of allegations sent in more than 7 days ago. House of Assembly correspondent Omoshini Oladisoye Ajayi reports that the Assembly move is in line with the 1999 Constitution as amended.
The Ondo State House of Assembly had last week served the Deputy Governor a notice of alleged gross misconduct leveled against him in a petition signed by all the 26 lawmakers of the House. Sequel is refusal to respond to the notice after the constitutional 7 days ultimatum. The House, at plenary presided over by the Speaker, Olamide Oladiji, directed the Chief Judge of Ondo State, Justice Olusegun Odushola, to set up a 7-man panel of inquiry to investigate allegations leveled against the Deputy Governor, while raising a motion on the need for the House to take further legislative steps following the failure of the Deputy Governor to respond to the allegations. The Majority Leader Oluwole Ogunmolashuyi described the action as an aberration. He said the move of the hallowed chamber is in line with the Constitution, just as the motion was seconded by the Minority Leader of the House, Olajide Oguntodu.
This House is here to receive any response from the Deputy Governor of Ondo State, Honorable Lucky Aiyedatiwa, as of today, 3rd October 2023. Mr. Speaker, in full compliance with the Section 188 of Section 3 of the Constitution of Federal Republic of Nigeria as amended, I humbly move that the allegation in this notice of gross misconduct Honorable Lucky Aiyedatiwa be investigated, and that the Honorable Chief Judge of Ondo State should be requested to set up a panel to investigate this allegation as stipulated in line with the Section 188 subsection 5 of Nigeria Constitution 1999 as amended, Mr. Speaker.
The Speaker, Mr. Olamide Oladiji, noted that the letter has since been submitted to the Deputy Governor through his Chief Protocol Officer after concerted efforts to serve the notice on him failed as a result of unavailability of the Deputy Governor, which prompted the House to approach the court for a substituted service of the notice on him.
Distinguished honorable members, I therefore wish to seek your opinion to direct the Chief Judge of Ondo State, Honorable Justice Olusegun Odushola, to, in line with this section of the Constitution, set up a 7-man panel to investigate the Deputy Governor, Honorable Lucky Olumisa Aiyatiwa, all the allegations leveled against him. Those in favor say aye. Those against say nay. I have it.
After a unanimous voice vote from the members, the Speaker directed the Clerk of the House to write the Chief Judge for the constitution of the panel of inquiry. It would be recalled that the House, during its plenary on the 20th September 2023, directed the Clerk Benjamin Jayola to serve the Deputy Governor a notice of allegations, which was delivered to him on the 25th of same month. Omoshiliola Adesoya Ajayi, Osrc News.
The newly elected executives of Club Alone have been charged to put in their best to take the club to greater heights. The swearing-in ceremony for the 2023-2024 Executive Committee members took place in Akure, the Ondo State capital, and was attended by past executives including other members of the club as well as family and friends. Joy Pius has details.
October 1 every year is always set aside to usher in new executives to pilot the affairs of Club Alone. This year, members gathered at the clubhouse in Alagbaka to formally inaugurate the 2023-2024 executives that will be in charge for the next 1 year. The outgoing president, Toyin Akinyemi, appreciated members for their cooperation during his time, calling for support for the new ESCOs.
Not much to say than to thank everybody. I sincerely thank my vice president and the ESCO because they worked with me and they were sincere and we achieved a lot of things. And I believe the new ESCO that are coming, I know they will work together by God's grace and they will achieve more than what we achieved.
For this administration. As a president, I'm going
club in society. Lord, the new will flag higher.
I have already encouraged them that look here, everybody wants to surpass anybody that is coming in. You understand me? So I sincerely feel that they come in to do something that will surpass the past administration.
He said no one can do it alone. And he quoted the famous American president.
The event also featured recognition.
Control NCC has 1,068 Lassa fever infections. In percent. On the foreign scene, EU foreign ministers have expressed support for Ukraine during a meeting in Kiev. Adirunke Kolawole has the detail.
EU ministers convened in Kyiv in their first ever meeting outside the bloc, providing striking photos opportunity for a succession of ministers in front of EU flags in the wartime capital, and marking the support for Ukraine after both a pro-Russia candidate won an election in Slovakia in the US Congress left Ukraine war aid out of its pending bill. Foreign Minister Dmytro Kuleba brushed off both events, especially the move in the US as he greeted EU foreign policy chief Josep Borrell.
We don't feel that the US support has been shattered because the United States understands that what is at stake in Ukraine is much bigger than just Ukraine. It's about the stability and predictability of the world. And therefore, I believe that we will be able to find necessary solutions.
Borrell used Monday's meeting in Kyiv to propose a new $5.2 billion bilateral envelope of the European Peace Facility to Ukraine, as well as reiterate the bloc's support for the country.
For us Europeans, it's an existential threat. Maybe it's not being seen like this for everybody around the world, but decision will be reconsidered and altogether will be on your side.
But it comes at an awkward time for the Western alliance that has supported Kyiv. The summer is coming to a close after a slower than expected Ukrainian military counter-offensive, and Western leaders haven't seen the major success they had hoped for before autumn mode clocks the tread of their donated tanks. Russia says that the U.S. congressional vote omitting Ukraine aid is a sign of Cold War fatigue, while acknowledging that America will continue its involvement in these conflicts. Though with election looming in the U.S., some of the Republican frontrunner Donald Trump's supporters have called for a halt to Ukraine aid. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky reiterated in his address to EU ministers the vital nature of the support, while Germany urged allies to help Ukraine prepare for winter after Russia bombed Ukraine's energy infrastructure last year. Adirunke Kolawole, OSRC News.
And to end OSRC News at 7 here again are some of the top stories. We told you that the Ondo State House of Assembly has directed the State Chief Judge, Justice Olusegun Odushola, to commence investigation of allegations against the Deputy Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa. The move, according to the Assembly, is sequel to the failure of Aiyedatiwa to respond to the allegations within the time frame allowed by law. Ondo State's Independent Electoral Commission, ODEC, has announced date for the conduct of election into the 18 local government areas of the state, including the newly created Local Council Development Areas (LCDAs). Chairman of the Commission, Dr. Joseph Aremo, gave the update during a meeting with representatives of political parties. Ondo and Edo states are leading the league of states with prevalence of Lassa fever, and this is as